everyone. Welcome to PHTV4. I'm Sue Jankowski, and as we do every month, we are here at the Travel Show, where you can find out your next place to escape to, have a great vacation, or dream about, plan for the future. And we're so lucky that Kathy James is with us today because she is always bringing us some great information. Kathy, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate this.
Well, we appreciate you coming. And she brought with her Jeff Ginther. Jeff, welcome to our program today.
Thank you.
Jeff's been with us before, and he's going to talk about the Cayman Islands. Can you imagine? The weather's getting chilly. You know the Cayman Islands is nice and warm. So he is going to tell us give us some ideas about a great vacation in the Cayman Islands. First of all, for people who don't know, I think you should tell us maybe where are the Cayman Islands?
Cayman Islands are about 500 miles directly south of Miami. Western Caribbean, just below Cuba, kind of northwest of Jamaica.
So not that far, not a really long plane ride.
Easy trip from the Chicago area. You have nonstop service during the winter months on United and American, but you can leave here. Typically, those flights land by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You can be on the beach by 3 o'clock.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Easy way to go. And it's close enough. It's just over 4 hours of flight, the nonstops, where you could do a quick weekend getaway. Unfortunately, the nonstops, for the most part, run once a week.
Okay.
So you would have to either make a decision of one stop going down or coming back.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You plan ahead, and that sounds good.
Right.
Okay, so tell us, where in the Cayman Islands would we go? How many islands? Just the whole works. Tell us all about the Cayman Islands.
Well, for the most part, Cayman Islands it's 3 islands. They're British overseas territory. The sister islands, which is Little Cayman and Cayman Brac, tend to cater to a scuba diving, nature, ecotourism type.
Okay.
Not a lot of structured activities on those islands. Whereas Grand Cayman, you have 7 Mile Beach. You have all the hotels, the condominiums. You have restaurants. You have shopping. It's just more
touristy friendly.
Yeah, it is. It's
vacation-y, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Cayman is it's unique in the Caribbean because it is a very safe destination, clean. People are friendly. The beaches are all public, so you can walk 7 Mile Beach from one end to the other. You're not harassed on the beach. At the airport downtown, it's actually illegal. So no timeshares coming up to you trying to sell you something.
That's good too.
But most people stay on 7 Mile Beach. And again, you have the large hotels. We have a Westin, a Ritz-Carlton, a Kimpton, Hotel Indigo, Marriott. Those are the larger ones. They just opened up, actually it was during COVID, a Hampton. And it's marvelous. They bought the old Comfort Suites, kind of gutted it, and it is really a great property. So you have options where you can spend less money. Restaurant shopping, for the most part, most of 7 Mile Beach, you can just walk across the street and get to those. So it's very convenient.
Are those larger resorts like on the side of the beach you don't cross a road, or is there a beach, a road, and then the hotels?
No, most of, like on 7 Mile Beach, the hotels are built right on the beach.
Okay.
If you go across the street, that's when you're going to get into the little shopping plazas and restaurants and that sort. But no, they're right on the beach. You have a few of them that are across the street. For instance, we have one property called Sunshine Suites. For anybody who wants to save a little money, the ownership is tied into the ownership of the Westin. So you can stay at Sunshine, be across the street from the beach, but have access to all the amenities at the Westin.
Oh, that's nice.
So even signing privileges.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they will pick you up, by a little golf cart if you don't want to walk.
Uh-huh.
They will pick you up and bring you back and forth.
Oh, that's nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you really have a lot of option. I remember one time I was thinking, would I want to go to the Cayman Islands? So you start kind of looking around, and I remember that there was a lot of availability of like condominiums
Yes.
rental. Is
Yes.
that still true?
Yes, Cayman, because of the safety issue, and it's a very stable government. A lot of people will buy property down there and then put them into a rental pool. So yes, we have a lot of condominiums on the beach. And what's unique is we still have, if you go north 7 Mile Beach, there's still a lot of low-rise condominiums, like one, 2, and 3 stories that you literally can walk off your patio and be on the sand.
Oh wow. Okay,
Um,
that's nice.
Now, towards Georgetown, some of those have been bought up, and then they revamped them so they're now high-rise ones.
Oh, okay.
But still, it's 10 stories max right now in
Yeah.
Cayman.
And that, that's not bad either.
No,
It's,
no.
it's an okay thing to have that, as part of your choices. So with these hotels, they have, it sounds like, yes, lots of prices. So if
right.
you want to save a little money, you have one hotel. If you want to splurge, you can go somewhere else.
Right.
Would this be somewhere that, we have to plan really far ahead to get where we want to be in there?
It just depends on the season. I mean, of course, if you're talking Christmas, New Year's, a lot of times February is heavy. And of course, spring break, which in Easter, those are always,
Busy.
yes, very difficult to get. Or if you get them, they're going to be very expensive.
Yeah. The prices fluctuate
Yeah.
with the seasons, of course.
And then, of course, Cayman, we're not an all-inclusive destination. We have one property on Grand Cayman that actually has a meal drink option. But other than that, people that come there, they don't want the all-inclusive. They don't want to be tied into one resort, whatever they're offering in restaurants. Cayman is considered the culinary capital of the Caribbean. So you have a lot of food options, over 200 restaurants alone on Grand Cayman.
Wow. Are these like restaurants that we would have heard of, or they're like exclusive to the Cayman Islands?
It's pretty much exclusive. I mean, they still have their Burger King, Wendy's, that kind of thing. But when it comes to the major restaurants, it's not really a chain destination.
Yeah, which is actually kind of great.
Yeah, yes.
That's great. Okay, so we're going to the Cayman Islands, and we're going to rest and beach and eat and all that. But what if we wanted to do something maybe, a little more active? Would we need to go to one of these other islands to do the snorkeling or whatever?
Oh, no, you can do the snorkeling. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, 7 Mile Beach is very pristine, meaning sand on the shore, sand into the water. But if you go on the north or south side, and there's a few areas in the center where there's some little reefs that are close to shore, a lot of times when you're snorkeling, like in front of let's say the Ritz-Carlton, you're going to see a lot of sand because unless you go way out, and you don't want to go way out.
No. Okay.
But there's a little reef over by the Kimpton, which well before the Kimpton was built, I used to go there and snorkel all the time. And it's a great place because the fish, the turtle, they come in the morning to feed, then they're gone, and then in the kind of right before dusk, they'll come back, and you just see schools and schools of fish. So you can do that. But also, even if it's not that great scuba diving on Cayman, it's considered the birthplace of recreational scuba diving.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, because Cayman has 3 mountains sticking up out of the ocean. So they're coming for the wall dives, which is the side of the mountain. And so some great diving. And then there's also, if you like to kayak, if you just like to go for a bike ride, easy to do that. A lot of the properties include a bicycle in your resort fee.
Nice.
So you just check one out
And just go riding.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really ideal. Now, I didn't realize there was mountains there. I've never been there, so I don't know what to picture exactly.
Cayman is pretty much flat, but there are just the tips coming out. And the mountain range, from what I understand, is connected with Cuba. It's that mountain range.
So it's the same one.
Yes.
That just all the volcanic, and that's how it went.
Right.
Is that turtle farm still there too?
It is, but it's now the turtle center because they don't really farm the turtles anymore. You can go there and you can learn everything you want to learn about a turtle. But they also have a lot of activities. It kind of was designed more for a cruise passenger, like if they're just coming for the day with kids. It's got a little water park, They have snorkeling lagoons where you snorkel with turtle or fish. There's shops that they can do. Sometimes they have artisans there teaching, like whether it's because Cayman was always one of the big exports way back when is they used to make rope.
Oh.
So they'll do that.
Yeah, to show you how to.
Right,
yeah,
right, how that happened.
Yeah. What about, wasn't there some sort of stingray bay there or something like that? That sounds
Stingray
familiar.
City.
Yeah, Stingray City is in the North Sound, which is a protected body of water, like within the island. It's access to the ocean, but it's where stingrays, I think it's 60 years now or plus. The fishermen, when they would go fishing in their small boats, would come into this body of water because they didn't have the waves because it was protected. It had a barrier reef, and they would clean their catch. And when they cleaned it, they just threw it overboard. And these stingrays got used to. They heard motors, and then food would fall from the sky.
Pretty smart.
So over the years, that's what they're attracted to. When they hear the boat motors, they know they're going to get fed.
Yeah.
So, and it's about, you can go to two different, Stingray City is actually a dive site. It's about 15 feet deep.
Okay.
But the sandbar is actually waist deep, and you're in there with the stingrays, and, they're going all over you, and supposedly, I don't know, it's like 20 years good luck if you kiss a stingray. So I have yet to do that. So
I'd pass on that too. Hope for good luck anyway.
But there's a number of them. There's even now for people staying on island, because sometimes when the cruise ships come in, it can get busy out there. And they do cap it for the number of people that can go out there, because we were told a number of years ago our stingrays were overweight. So,
fat stingrays.
That's amazing.
But
really.
That's too funny.
They now have one called, it's Breakfast with the Rays. So there's a couple different excursions where you actually get on a catamaran, you have breakfast going out, you do the stingrays, and then on the way back the music starts and the bar opens up.
How fun.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. And you're there before the cruise ships actually get their guests.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that is a cruise ship destination.
Yes.
And so that is something to, think about. Or, if you're on a cruise ship, be sure and stop at the Cayman Islands, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
It's also a free port too, correct?
Yes.
That's another good thing.
And what does that mean exactly?
No taxes.
Yeah.
No taxes on liquor and things and whatnot. So it really is sort of like St. Thomas, where you can buy all this stuff too. It's kind of the same thing in Cayman.
Right.
Okay.
It's really
nice.
It is very nice, and they have very nice things.
Yeah,
Cayman and the people are great.
Yeah, Cayman is a tax-free island, so you don't have to pay any of the taxes on it. Unfortunately, because I did a cruise one time, and you buy liquor on, then you have to store it.
Yes, it's very true. You can't drink it. Yeah,
it's true.
That's the one bummer of the
whole
deal. Yeah,
but that's nice that seems like so much closer. Some of the other Caribbean islands are quite a distance to travel to get to that nice warm weather, whereas this seems a little easier, at least for us here in Illinois. That really isn't a big long trip.
Right, and Chicago has always been very connected with the Cayman Islands. One of the first nonstop flights they had from the northern part of the U.S. was from Chicago for many years, and Cayman Airways started to fly out of here, which is our national flag carrier. Unfortunately, they don't have flights out of here, but they're an easy, if you can get to Miami, Tampa, they have flights out of there. They have Denver, they have L.A., and they have New York.
Wow.
So, and New York has a lot of flights. And I tell people all the time, don't disregard that flight, because New York has a lot of competition, and sometimes they're paying half of what we're paying here.
Oh.
So if you can get an inexpensive flight over to New York to connect with this, sometimes it works.
Might be better savings and timing.
Right.
Might be better too. Well, okay. That sounds like a lot of good choices of where we would want to go visit. And I suppose there's enough hotels. I know you said it gets really busy, but it sounds like there's enough hotels to accommodate a lot of people.
Yeah, yes. And it's never, if you go in front of some of the bigger hotels, the one I'm going to mention, like the Ritz-Carlton, which is a beautiful property. It's got a lot of land with it. But where they are on the beach, it can get busy because, people don't like to walk out too far from the hotel because then they don't get their beach service. So everybody kind of is right there. Yeah. But next to them, you have Villas of the Galleon, which is a condominium property. And their beaches are, because typically some of the owners do not rent them. So sometimes the beaches in front of the condominiums are empty.
Oh.
So if you just move over a little bit.
Do your own beach service.
Yes. But I have a habit when I'm on island is I will walk 7 Mile Beach in the morning. Because usually I have to go to meetings. And it's the only time I get to enjoy the outside. So, and it's funny to see when you walk by the properties, the people already up. I mean, we're talking 6:30 in the morning, putting their towels on those chairs so they're reserved.
Saving them. Yes,
it's like,
yeah.
I would not get up for that.
That's a ritual every morning for people to do that.
No, but if you're up, as I would be by that time in the morning, maybe I'd do that because I'd walk real early in the morning like that too.
I think, what, I'd rather just give me my cup of coffee and let me sit on my balcony or sit by the pool and just look at it. I don't want to
do stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the type of person that can sit in a beach chair for hours on hours. I have to walk.
Yeah,
I can.
Yeah,
I
can. With my book, sit and read my book. I can just sit there.
Well, I actually do the walking and the book sitting.
Yes,
reading. Yeah. So but it's all, I guess everybody has their own thing that they like to do. But this sounds like, you can be active if you want to.
Yes, yeah.
Or do a little of both. But a lot of people are looking for like a lot of relaxation. They're working or the family needs a little break, and it sounds like this would be a good place to go.
Yes, and Cayman, it's I've heard I thought it was just me, and but nope, I hear it from everybody. They said as soon as you get to that airport, it just like boom, melts off of you.
Yeah.
Cayman is still, they don't have the jet bridges. So you still have to walk across the tarmac to get into the airport. And normally they will open up both doors, and unload the plane. But they open those doors. They open the front one, then they'll open the back one. And especially in, when it's February and you feel the heat coming into the plane, you're like, oh my God.
Yes. It's really great.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know. It's great. And actually, I kind of like that, just walking out onto the tarmac, because it's like from that point on, you're not in another structure. You're like actually there.
Right.
And that's kind of, like you said, you have that feeling that, hey, I'm on vacation now.
That's
this
great.
is good. This is
Right.
a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
And the airport, it's a new airport. It opened up 2019. Not really new. It was kind of rebuilt over the old airport. But it's 3 times the size. Very easy to get through. You go through customs, immigration, and you grab your bags right there. And as soon as you leave, that's where you have your transportation. Whether, like, if you book through Kathy, there will normally be transfers to your hotel. That's where you meet your transfer company. And if you don't have transfers, you just walk outside and there's a taxi desk.
Okay.
So, and you're no more than 10, 15 minutes from your hotel, from the airport.
Great. Yeah.
Now, do they use U.S. dollars or are they Cayman dollars?
It is Cayman dollars, but they accept U.S.
Okay.
Their dollar is actually worth more than the U.S., always has been, 20% more. So you do lose 20% on the dollar. If you are staying on island, typically the change you get back will be a Cayman dollar. If you're there on cruise, they tend to give U.S. dollars back.
Okay. And you do need a passport.
Yes, yes.
So, bring that along with you. Actually, to get on the plane and go there, you'd need to show your passport.
Right.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Anything else you want to add to this, Kathy?
Well, I know they had at one time where you could rent scooters. Do they
Yes,
still have that?
You can
we had rented a scooter when we were there and just kind of went around the whole island, and that was
so fun.
It was fun. It was a great thing, and we saw this tree on this woman's property, and we stopped to admire the tree, and she come out of her house, and she was so excited that we were there.
Oh.
She wanted us to come in, and it was like, wait, I'm sorry, we just thought your tree was really pretty, It was, but
so
it was
nice,
just
though.
really sweet. I mean, just that much that she was in, like us stopping and talking to her. I thought that was really cool. The other thing I've heard about the Caymans, they can hike forgive me for putting it this way, hide the money there like they do in Swiss bank accounts? Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
So get in an offshore savings.
Well, that's a different umbrella than me, the finances. But I really don't know exactly how it works. I'm one of these people that if I put $20 in a bank and I get $20 back, I'm happy. But my understanding is it's more not so much bank accounts as hedge funds will register in Cayman because it's tax free.
That's the big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just bring money to Cayman and open up an account.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
That suitcase
here.
full of money, Kathy. You're just going to have to.
Darn.
But it's and it's also pretty transparent to the U.S. government because a number of years ago the U.S. government kind of said, "Hey, you got to stop doing this. We need to know." So my understanding is that if it is proven that the money is obtained illegally, that they will open up the books to the IRS and say, okay, here's what we have.
So,
and I heard Swiss banks are the same way now.
Are they really?
Yeah, because nobody wants to make the U.S. government mad, and so
that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
Kathy,
that's really
you're
smart.
just out of luck.
She has to bring up all those bad things.
Darn. I just remember hearing that. I don't remember how now anymore. Was that a movie or just something about that?
I think the movie The Firm with Tom Cruise, that's the one that
brought that up. That's right. It was.
Yeah. But what I like, you mentioned right away at the beginning was that the Cayman Islands is a safe place. I know a lot of people worry about the different islands and, are they safe or not? And that is something that when you're traveling, you don't want to think about, crime or whatever. And I've heard that too, that the Cayman Islands are really a very kind of secure place to go. So that makes it a big plus.
And right now, our government has warnings against Bahamas and Jamaica both.
And Haiti.
Yeah,
Haiti's not good right now. Anyway, don't go there. go to Cayman
Islands. There for a while.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, anything else our viewers should know about, making their choice?
I would just say, look at Cayman. It can be a little bit more pricey, but it's still a great destination. You'll have a wonderful time. You can make it a little bit more affordable if you have to. We have a bus service on Grand Cayman. For $2.50, you can get pretty much anywhere you want to be.
That's cool.
It runs 7 Mile Beach all the time, little bus stops. But this is Cayman. You can be walking down the street, and the buses, because they drive on the opposite side of the road. So the bus comes up behind you, you'll hear a honk, and you're not sure, is it a car? Is somebody saying hi to me? It's because they're little jitneys. So it's the bus driver asking you, do you need a ride? Do you want me to pick you up?
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's really very, they are so friendly there is what I do remember. It's just as friendly as could be, and it's nice people.
Yes.
And the food was really good.
Well, Kathy, if someone would like to take a trip, they need to go see you.
Yes, they do.
How do they do that?
Oh, okay, I'll tell them. This is Class Act Travel. We're at 6946 West 111th Street, the corner of 111th and Worth Avenue in Worth. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If you need later in the evening, just let us know. If you need a Saturday, please let us know. I was just there Saturday to help other clients plan a trip, so we'll gladly do that for you. You can reach us at 708-448-6560. If you want to email us, it's just classacttravel@gmail.com, and we'll answer you just as quick as we can.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Jeff, for coming in today. We really appreciate it. And thanks for watching us. I hope you dream big and take that vacation. Do it now while you can. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.